All right, so an 8 again for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I was lost in the chat right there. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much to Paul Casilio. You are a very sweet person. Thank you for sponsoring EPN. And for all of you for joining us today. Incredible stuff. So now we, actually, I think it's Spidey82's birthday. I think there was a request for him to get a shout out today. So here's your shout out. Didn't end up in the rundown, but still, happy birthday. And now's your chance to ask us any questions or comments. Blake, my friend, is going to join us, and we're going to play a little Burnout Revenge. What a great day to get an awesome classic Burnout game. So I'm going to try my best to pay attention. You let Blake and I know if the audio is too loud. It's a lot of crashing, a lot of explosions. A lot of, this is Burnout, guys.
Hi, everyone.
This is an incredible game. Actually, I'm going to take this out so I can hear you a little bit better. I just crashed, but that's fine.
We should say that this is the 360 version of the game.
360 version of the game. Xbox One made it backwards compatible today, so you just stick it into the machine and you download the code, and boom, you're playing a classic game. And this was the HD re-release of the original Xbox game, which we don't know if...
Came out 2005 on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Came out 2006 on the Xbox 360, and now it's out on the new Xbox One.
Yes. Xbox One it's always going to piss us off that it's called the Xbox One.
But yeah, we checked. It doesn't look like the original Xbox version is backward compatible, but we're not sure. We're not officially saying it isn't, so
yeah,
it might be, but probably not.
So I think with Revenge, what Criterion wanted to do was go even bigger and more hardcore on the crashes. So this is like the first thing that I'm doing. And it's level by level, basically. And it's one of the reasons why I love the Burnout 3 and 4. This was the fourth one. Is that they're, like, you unlock stuff and you go from challenge to challenge to challenge. It's not open world, but it's expansive and thrilling. And I love this freaking game. I think I gave it an 11 out of 10.
Did you review it with Tommy?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember reviewing that in front of, it's called Rogers Stadium now. I don't know what it was called back then.
We have a few people who had asked us what happened to Kratos. Should we tell them?
Oh, it's so heartbreaking. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I was in here yesterday. Vic wasn't here. And I was sitting over at my desk, and all of a sudden I hear a crash, and I look over, and Kratos just fell. Like, there wasn't a draft. I don't know how, it must have just been off balance slightly, and I didn't knock the table. I wasn't even near it. And it fell.
He made sure to text me that. I didn't touch the table.
Honestly, I wasn't. And
I left him standing in a precarious position. He had his 1 foot back, and it was teetering, but his axe broke. That's the only thing that broke.
He landed right on the floor, and his axe broke.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to glue it, but I've already reached out to NECA to see if they have any extra axes that they can send me. It's my favorite toy. I love that freaking thing. It's so good.
You could just glue it.
I'm gonna try to glue it, but you know, I'm like, it's not the same if it's glued. You know, it's so weird.
You could even put the brake in his fist, so it's like he's holding the brake part.
It's true. Yeah, it's not as bad as it could be, man. Like if one of his arms or legs broke, I would have. I don't know if I could have done the show today. I've been hyperventilating.
Patrick Furtado is asking, do you think the PS5 will have backward compatibility?
150,000%. I think backwards compatibility. I mean, the reason why I tweeted that today.
Do you think it will or it should?
It will. It will.
The PS5?
100%. Every PlayStation 4 game is going to be playable on the PlayStation 5.
But with older, like PS3, PS2?
I don't know. But PS4 will be backwards compatible.
Okay.
They are not going to do this again. And honestly, I don't think Nintendo will do this again. Because now they got us, right? Now they got us in our monthly accounts, and we're always in, and we're never leaving, you know, because if you leave, you lose access to all those games that you downloaded for free. So, yeah, they're going to offer backwards compatibility. It's going to be an explicit part of the code. And you know, I think they've been building towards that. But, I also feel like we're going to be building towards an all-you-can-eat subscription model soon as well, with a collection of classic and original games. I think the idea of owning media is quickly being taken away from us, whether we wanted to or not.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you never really owned it in the first place.
No.
You're just
You
licensing the right
licensing
to...
it. Yeah, licensing the right to enjoy it.
Tiago Santos says, or asks, Vic, what is your favorite Sega game?
Oh, God, that's an incredible question. Oh, man, that is a very difficult one I think it probably has to be, because, you know, I bought a Genesis almost the day it came out.
I'm assuming he means first-party Sega games, not just games published on.
Yeah. Oh, man, there's so many amazing games. I think it's got to be like the original Sonic the Hedgehog on the Genesis. And that was a game that I played, what's going on? With my roommates. I was living in a house in Vancouver, and we were all young. And there were 7 of us in the house, and we paid about $200 a month each in rent. But I brought the Genesis home with Sonic the Hedgehog, and all 7 of us were in the basement playing it together and singing the songs, or adding words to the theme music and everything. It's a very idyllic kind of memory of playing the Genesis originally.
Mine is Night Trap.
Is it Night Trap?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I love Outrun, and I love Virtual Fighter. I love the Crazy Taxi. Panzer Dragoon Saga and Panzer Dragoon Orta, Rally. What was the rally game?
Sega Rally Revo?
Sega Rally. Yeah, love that.
Or no, because the whole series was called Sega Rally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Revo I think might have been the last one.
I think Sega Rally on the Saturn was pretty phenomenal for me, and also Daytona USA. I love the Yakuza games too.
Did you mention Panzer Dragoon?
Yep.
Okay.
Sega rocks, man. They're their own thing, you know? They're so unique. And I really hope we get an awesome... I know we're getting the Genesis Mini, but I really hope we get a Dreamcast Mini at some point.
Probably have to wait a while for that.
We will. Give it a couple of years.
Samian111 is asking, have you played Danger Zone by the former Burnout developers? Samian, when did this game come out?
No, I think it's a PC game. And I don't think it lived up to expectations. Like I don't remember there being a lot of buzz or hype for it. And I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Am I supposed to be racing, or I'm racing? Okay.
Right, well, I guess his question was, did you play it? And I guess the answer is no.
I have not played it, no. Because I heard it was more of like Burnout Crash, more top down. It wasn't this, and so.
Oh, I remember this game.
Yeah. So yeah. I didn't really.
It is kind of top downy.
Yeah.
And what was that game that Criterion was making for EA that got canceled? It was some big open world racing game?
I can't remember what it was called, yeah.
It might not have had a name yet.
It was just going to be all kinds of vehicles.
Yeah, it was like going to be cars and helicopters.
Didn't Pure come out and it was kind of like that?
They might have announced this after Pure.
Okay.
This was announced in like 2014. It's pretty recently considering, and then they just kind of quietly canceled it a year later. Which seems like, why would... It was so weird because they announced the game before it was ready to be announced. And then canceled it. Why not just not have announced it in the first place?
I know.
It seems kind of silly.
EA is an interesting company, right? It's an interesting... I've said this before, and I don't want to dog them, because you guys should know I have tremendous love and respect for Electronic Arts, and they've done so much great stuff for this business, but I just think it's preposterous that their motto is players first. It's like... What else would you be as a video game company? Why would you even mention the fact that you have to think about your audience at all?
Yeah.
Like, what else would... Of course it's
we
players
have to think about our customers. Yeah. Go figure. Well, because they think about their shareholders.
Yeah. I mean,
that's technically their first responsibility.
Yeah.
We won't get into that.
But players first is like that. They should just scrub that out.
If you have to say it.
You don't never have to say it. No. That should be an internal thing that never gets repeated.
They should have players first written on a whiteboard somewhere in an office.
That's right. Yeah. It should not be something they need to remember.
Yes. It's like players first. Yeah.
Yes,
write it down on my hand.
Yes. Yeah. We want to worry about the consuming, paying public that keeps us employed. Oh yeah, those guys.
People don't like just spending money on loot boxes. They like playing a game too. Ryan Landis is asking.
But look, they brought us this, okay, guys?
They brought us this.
Burnout Revenge.
10 years ago.
EA brought us this.
10 years ago.
But they also work with Xbox so that it's here on Xbox One on the One S today, which is fantastic.
I have a question from Ryan Landis.
Yes.
It says, Vic, what do your insider sources at Xbox tell you about the E3 show this year? That's not really how it works, man.
I don't bug them.
They don't really tell you in advance.
Yeah, I mean, I would just get a lot of blank stares if I asked them. And
Yeah.
I've got a lot of long friendships and stuff that I don't want to jeopardize to get a scoop, or... That's why we don't really report too much on hearsay and random stuff, like...
Yeah.
We really like to know if it's confirmed and if it's legitimate, and then we'll get into it, and then we'll talk a little bit about the ramifications of it, but not so much about just being first with a maybe.
Your car is really... I thought there was snow on your car.
No, it's really damaged. So I'm out. Oh,
yeah,
I did one takedown. I did a good... Okay.
The game industry is notoriously tight-lipped on things.
They have to be.
Yeah.
And there are lots of, friendships that are destroyed because people abuse, confidentiality.
Oh, I have a good one. Adrian Leon is asking, when do you think the Xbox One X will have a price cut? Didn't they just have one?
They'll have a price cut this year.
Yeah.
100%.
Didn't they? No, they cut the price of the S, right? Didn't they?
I think they've been sort of tweaking and adjusting the...
Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else.
They've been adjusting and tweaking the prices on the Xboxes quite a bit since the X came out.
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be big announcements for both the PlayStation and for the Xbox at E3 this year in terms of pricing, because we're going to be thinking and talking about the next gen very soon.
It's going to be another year before they start talking about next gen. There.
We might see something that shows the potential for next gen.
If the PS4 Pro and X hadn't come out, then I would agree with you, but it's too soon for that. They have to wait at least another year. Otherwise, all these people who just bought the PS4 Pro are going to be pissed.
Hey, let us know if the audio is sounding okay, all right, you guys? I think it is, but...
It's, I was loud, but I cranked it down.
Okay.
So it should be...
Okay. This is intense. Oh! It's... You can't really... You have to give yourself over to the game to feel it in your gut, because this is one of those most intense games I've ever played in my life.
I have a really good one from Darkstorm CH007.
Okay.
If you could have any game that was canceled get released, what would it be?
Ooh,
other than Half-Life 3.
I would have loved to have seen the Free Radical Star Wars Burnout, Burnout. I got Burnout on the brain. Star Wars Battlefront game that they were working on. They were working on Battlefront 3, and then they went far into it. And the cancellation of that game pretty much effed up the whole studio.
Star Wars 1313 would be nice.
The Indiana Jones game.
Oh, yeah, that one. And what was the Dirty Harry game with Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, that wasn't a game. That's why it was canceled.
But I'm just thinking, would it be cool to have if it was a good open world Dirty Harry game with Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that opportunity.
If it were a good game.
Yeah, if it was good, yeah.
Didn't we have a hard out at 2?
Oh yeah, what time?
You got 1 minute.
Okay, I got 1 minute.
Do you want to just start wrapping up now or finish Burnout?
I think we're good. Yeah, that was. Okay. You guys got a nice little taste of it. You guys know the deal. This is fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Xbox for allowing Burnout Revenge to be played out there. I do have a hard out at 2 o'clock because I have some meetings that I have to take off for. But thank you, Workaway and Blade Blur and Ryan Landis and Adrian Leon and Chris Lukiao and Top Shelf Gaming and Paul Adamson, Warco A, all you guys, Sammy M111. Thank you so much. It's very cool to see you all here. We've got tons of other content for you to check out. Each one of the segments from EP Live is also put up individually, so you can, watch all those in their sort of unique state that way. If you dig what we do, don't forget to hit subscribe, that little bell for the notifications, which should work better. YouTube, fix that ish, all right? And if you're so inclined, that sponsorship button is always nice for us as well. Thank you so much for your support. We'll see you tomorrow.